Hey guys, what is up? DJ the Man here, back here in another video. And today's video is going to be my review of Volume 1 of Attack on Titan Before the Fall. And the way I like to do my reviews is that I go ahead and give you guys my full overview of the volume, no spoilers, and then at the very end of the video I go into more detail and go to more spoiler related stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. So what is Attack on Titan Before the Fall? Well, it's actually another side story, kind of like how No Regrets here is a side story to the manga. This is also another side story. And so where does it actually take place? Well, that's not really the question you should be asking. It's when. It actually takes place around 70 years before the events in the main manga. So that's pretty cool. So the story starts out with this group of people wanting to go to the outside of the wall because they want to get eaten by the Titans. Yes, they are Titan worshippers. They want to go out into the world and get eaten by these Titans and junk, and of course they're not going to open a wall just to let these guys go out and get eaten. You know, that's just not how they roll. But then suddenly the wall starts coming up and one single Titan does get in. There's only one Titan on the outside of the wall, and one actually does get in, and he starts eating all of these people. So once this Titan is done having its feast, it goes ahead and, regurgitates all these people, because, Titans don't digest people, they just eat them just to eat them. So he fills them back up, they're all dead, just leaves this giant mess of, dead people in the middle of the town, and then he goes ahead and just leaves. But the thing is, one of the people that had gotten eaten was actually pregnant, and when the Survey Corps goes up to, investigate this giant ball of, mess, to observe it, like, man, this is such a horrible mess. They hear that the baby is actually crying inside this woman's belly. So they actually cut the woman open, and the baby comes flying out, and then they dub this guy the Titan's son, or the baby the Titan's son, blah, blah. Oh, and quick side note, the reason why the Survey Corps couldn't take out this one Titan is because they didn't actually have their 3D maneuver gear back then. All they had were just swords. So what do they actually end up doing with this baby? Well, guess what? They end up locking it up. And then we end up fast forwarding around 13 years to see that this kid, and we find out his name, or he gives himself, I don't know how he gets the name, but they call him Kukolo, or he calls himself Kukolo, I don't know. But let's just say his name is Kukolo, and he's been locked up for all these 13 years. Since he was a baby till now, he's been locked up in this, dungeon cave, not cave, but, just dungeon-like place or prison, wherever they call it there in the Attack on Titan universe. He's just been locked up for so long. And for some reason, this fat guy, or not fat guy, but rich guy comes in, and I think his name is Dario, and he says he wants to buy Kukolo, to own him and whatnot. And they're like, sure, okay, and they end up selling poor Kukolo to this guy, and they end up putting Kukolo in his basement, in kind of like another basement, and in another dungeon-like setting. And the reason why he buys him is because he wants his son to beat up on Kukolo, because he feels like, if his son beats up on Kukolo, he'll be ready to fight real Titans for some reason. Even though Kukolo is just, as you can see here, he's just a normal kid, he's harmless, but, they still treat him like dirt. And so he sent his son, named Zabi, down there to beat up on poor Kukolo for, no reason. Oh, and the reason why he wants his son to beat up on Kukolo to be ready to fight Titans is because his son actually does plan on joining the Survey Corps. So then we find out that Dario, the rich guy, also has a daughter, and I believe her name is Shirley. And she doesn't like the idea of having a Titan living underneath their house. And she's like, I'm going to kill him. She grabs herself her knife. She's like, okay, I'm going to have to be the one to take this Titan out before he gets out and, goes on a rampage to this village or wherever we live at. The thing is that she doesn't know that Kukolo is just a normal guy. At least right now we still think that he's just a normal guy. And she thinks that he's just a real Titan, one of the ones roaming outside the wall, because she has seen a Titan before, but she hasn't seen Kukolo, so she thinks that Kukolo is one of the Titans that are roaming outside the wall, and she's like, and that's why she wants to go kill him. And I'm going to go ahead and stop there because I don't want to get into any major spoilers. If you want to hear me talk about major spoilers, wait till the end of the video. So what do I think of Volume 1 of Attack on Titan Before the Fall? Well, I do like it, and it really does make me want to learn more about, well, not learn more, but see more of Kukolo's story. See how he deals with all these different situations and everything along those lines. So, but the thing is, I don't really like it as much as Attack on Titan No Regrets. I like seeing more of Levi's stories and learning about Kukolo's story. So for now, this Volume 1 I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.5. It is good, but not as good as this. If I had to recommend this or this, I would definitely choose this, Attack on Titan No Regrets. But, overall, this is still good, but again, that one's a little bit better. So, back into the spoiler-related stuff. So, Shirley, she got her knife, she's ready to go down and kill this Titan. And then, so she finally goes down to the basement, and she sees that Kukolo is just a normal dude. She's like, why are you locked up? And, she sees that, he's freaking really hungry. So she runs upstairs, gets a basket full of food, brings it back downstairs, and, Kuklo just eats that up like nothing. She's like, you're just a normal dude. And then Kuklo starts saying her brother's name, Zavi. And she's like, wait, you can talk to? That just proves that you're not a Titan. So what ends up happening is that she actually becomes friends with Kuklo, also, of course, keeping that a secret from her father and her brother. She becomes friends with them. She starts bringing them food. She starts teaching them, more of, how to speak correctly. Starts bringing them books. Because, again, he's been trapped. He's been locked up all his life. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know how to speak correctly. So she's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and teach you, and be friends with you and all this other good stuff. And then another 2 years ends up going by. So, again, yes, 2 years ends up going by. Zavi, the punk kid that's been beating up on Kuklo, is about to enter into military training. And, what's her name? Shirley, the one that befriends Kuklo, is actually about to be sold off to be married. And, of course, she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to be just some pawn to be used by her father. So, she runs down to the basement to talk to Kuklo about what's going on. She's all crying and junk, and she's like, either they're going to and she tells Kuklo that they're either going to sell Kuklo off again, or they're just going to plain up kill him. And, of course, Kuklo doesn't want either one of those things. He's like, I want to escape, and he sees that she's crying and she doesn't want to be married off. So what ends up happening is that he offers her, he's like, hey, you want to come with me? You want to escape with me? Of course, she says yes, and that's the end of Volume 1. So, again, I can't wait to see more of Kuklo's story. I actually have Volume 2 sitting up on that dresser drawer up there. But that's not going to be the next manga review. The next manga review is going to be actually of the, of the main Attack on Titan series, and that's going to be Volume 13. So be looking out for that. And again, if you like this video, like the video. If you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DG Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.